Welcome back to the Business Ignite podcast, where we light the fire for business growth and marketing success. Your hosts, Ethan Walker and Samantha Reed, bring you the latest trends, expert insights, and actionable strategies to fuel your business journey. Let's ignite your potential.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of business blogging.
Sounds good.
Yeah, everyone, you've heard it a million times, right? A blog is essential for your business. But how do you actually make it work?
Right.
Like, how do you actually get those tangible results from all that typing?
Yeah.
Well, lucky for us, we've got some awesome insights from this article by Joshua Maddox, writing a blog for your business. It's on 95visual.com. You can check it out. So let's jump right in, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. So one of the things that really struck me right off the bat is how this article stresses defining your blog's purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Like before you even think about writing a single word.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's probably the most important thing, because I see so many people, start businesses and they know they need a blog, and then they start the blog and then it's just crickets.
Yeah.
Because they really haven't sat down and said, what is the reason for doing this? What am I trying to achieve?
Totally. It's like, are you trying to drive sales? Are you trying to just establish yourself as an expert?
Yeah.
Are you trying to build a community? What's the point?
Right. Because, a blog post that is really good for driving sales might be totally different than one that you would write to establish yourself as an expert.
Absolutely. Okay. So you've got your purpose, right? Now you've got to actually sit down and write the darn thing. And I'll be honest, sometimes the procrastination monster gets me. You know what I'm saying? Any tips for our listeners on how to battle that?
Yeah. What I like to do is just always have an ongoing note on my phone or in my notebook or something, and just write down ideas as they come to me.
That's good.
Because, you're going through your work day, you're talking to clients, or you're, whatever it is that you're doing, and these ideas will just pop into your head. And then by the time you actually sit down to write, you're like, what was I going to write about?
It's gone.
Yeah. So if you can just make it a habit to constantly be taking notes.
Ooh, I like that. Just capture those little sparks of inspiration.
Right.
Okay. So let's talk about the look of the blog, right?
Yeah.
Because, I was reading, did you know that articles with images get 94% more views?
Wow.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So visuals are clearly key. It's huge.
What are your thoughts on what kind of visuals people should be using?
I mean, now, more than ever, people's attention spans are just so small, especially online.
Right.
And so you have to grab them with something. And a good image, it's going to be a lot more appealing to look at than a huge block of text.
Totally. No one wants to stare at a wall of text. It's intimidating.
Right.
So give us some ideas. What are we looking at?
So if you are talking about a product, for example, include a picture of the product.
Yes.
And I would say even more important than that, if you can show the product in use.
Ooh, lifestyle shots.
Yeah, lifestyle.
I like that.
So, yeah, you're selling toothbrush. Show someone, happily brushing their teeth.
Okay, so we're capturing attention. We've got our purpose. We've got some inspiration flowing. What about the actual structure of the blog post?
Mm-hmm. How do we put all these amazing ideas together in a way that's actually readable? Because I know for me, if I go to a blog and it's just all over the place, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? What should people be thinking about in terms of layout?
Yeah, so you want to think about it, kind of like a recipe. There's certain ingredients. There's a certain order you put the ingredients in. There's a certain amount of time. If you follow all those things, then usually it turns out pretty good.
Okay. I like that analogy.
So, right. So it's the same way with a blog post. Most people read online, especially. They scan.
Totally.
So having headers that just pop out and tell people, hey, this is what this section is about. So if they want to just skip down, they can.
Yeah.
And then within each section, keep your paragraphs really short, 1 to 3 sentences max. Because, again, if you see this huge block of text, you're going to immediately think, oh, I don't want to read that.
Totally. Walls of text are scary.
Exactly. So, yeah, keep those paragraphs short and break up the text as much as possible.
Short. Punchy. I like it.
Yeah. And then I like to also include a call to action at the end.
Okay, so we're thinking about flow. We're thinking about headings, white space, all that good stuff. And this article also touches on consistency, right? Having a consistent layout for your blog.
Right.
But do you think there's room for variety within that consistency?
Absolutely. It's like, if you go to a restaurant and it's like, they've got the same menu every single day.
Yeah, it gets boring.
Yeah.
You want to see something new.
Exactly. But you also want to know that, like, okay, I'm going to this restaurant and I know they have a certain style of food and it's going to be a certain quality.
Okay, so it's like the overall experience is consistent,
Right.
but, they might have daily specials.
Exactly.
So you're saying with a blog, we can experiment with different types of posts. Like, we can have our standard blog post, but then maybe we do like a Q&A or maybe like an interview or like a listicle. Even.
Well, a case study.
Case study, yeah. So we can play around with those different formats.
Exactly. Yeah.
But still, make sure it feels cohesive as a whole.
Right. And make sure that's on brand for you.
Ooh, on brand. I like it. We've covered so much today, from figuring out your why to making your blog visually appealing to structuring your posts for maximum impact. I feel like I need to go revamp my whole blog now.
I know, me too.
But, even with all these amazing tips, there's one thing that I think trumps everything else.
Okay.
And that is authenticity.
Absolutely.
You should be yourself, right?
Yeah. People can spot a fake a mile away.
A mile away.
Don't try to be someone you're not.
Exactly. So be yourself, find your voice, have fun with it. That's how you create a blog that truly connects.
Right. And that's how you create a blog that is uniquely valuable to the people who are reading it. Because there's a million blogs out there.
Oh, I know.
So what is it that makes yours special? And usually that's you.
Yes. Oh, that is such a good point to end on. So as you're, going about your day today, thinking about your blog, think about what is it that I can offer that no one else can?
Right.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for this deep dive. This was incredible.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And for everyone listening, get out there, build those blogs, and make them amazing. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to the Business Ignite podcast, where we fuel your business growth and marketing success. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to rate and review us. It does help others find the show. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Business Ignite Podcast and share this episode with a friend. Keep the fire burning. And remember, your success is just one strategy away. Until next time, stay ignited.